Okay, thanks for watching. Today we're going to discuss lie angle, which is this angle on the club. Put it this way. It's this angle. That's our lie angle. We're going to have a quick discussion and demonstration on what this angle here can do to your golf shots. Okay, so basically, if I stick that on there and my lie angle is correct, it'll point straight at you. Okay, if my lie angles are too upright and that toe of the club is too up, you can see how that club starts to face for the right-handed golfer a bit to the left. And if my lie angles are too flat and the toe is down this way, we start to get the ball going out to the right. So what I'm going to do is show you in today's video how we assess what your correct lie angle is, how we adjust your correct lie angle, and what effect that an incorrect lie angle could have on your golf. So we're going to go outside and hit some shots and show you how we do it. Okay, so what I've done, I hit a few shots with a standard lie angle, and then I pop back inside and I hit a few more shots, adjust the lie angle upwards, and then hit a few more, and then come back in and adjust it down and hit a few more, right? So basically how we adjust the lie angle, I always use a bit of tape just to protect the top of the club. But this machine here, my standard lie angle is 64 degrees, which is standard. Okay, we sit it in here, get it all lined up perfectly, tighten down. So if you can see in here, everything's perfectly square there. You just get around a little bit more. There we go, we can see it's nice and square in the machine. Okay, and then I come in and we measure here. It says currently 62 because I've just done the flattened lie angles. I'll put this on here. Again, the tools have got tape on them. I don't want any marking on anyone's clubs. And then we bend it. Went a bit too far. These wedges, these Cleveland wedges, are very, very soft. Really nice metal to them. So that's now back on 64 degrees. 48 degrees aloft, back to standard. Okay, back in there, unscrew, take the tape off just so there's no damage on it. And now that's back to where my standard lie angle was. Okay, so that's how we alter the lie. Very simple process. Okay, so I've come back inside. I've done my lie angle adjustments. I've gone and hit some balls with standard lie angle, which for me is what I use, 64 degrees. Went up to 66 and then down to 62. So 2 degrees up, 2 degrees down, and hit it just a few shots with each, just to give you an example. I'll take you through the results. So what we've got here is the images of me with my gap wedge on standard 64 degree lie angle. There's going to be some human error. That one goes a little bit higher, a little bit further right. Shot 4, pretty straight as well. So you can see that bunch is generally pretty straight. I then change out to 2 degrees upright, and you see just a hint of left, going further left, so the ball's definitely taking off further left as it goes left. The third one, a bit too far, long way left there, and then the fourth one, actually I managed to get it to go a little tiny bit right at the target. Then over to 2 degrees flat, you can see that one went high. All of a sudden high, now we're down at 62 degree lie angle. going quite high and just right. I couldn't get any of these to go particularly straight at all. It's really quite difficult to get the lie angle with the flat lie angle to go straight. So there's another one really high and out to the right. So basically you can see here's the basic grouping, that's to the right. When we have a look at all of them, in the orangey colour is me with my standard lie angle at 64 degrees. It's a fairly decent sort of gathering there in the middle. About 100 metres is where I carry my 48. Some a little left and right. The blue is the upright setting, so the ball is definitely left of target. So the top of the screen is left and the bottom of the screen is right. So then the green is the flat lie angle. I couldn't get any of those to go straight at all, so that was really quite difficult for me. When we have a look at the table, gap wedge is my standard lie angle. It went 104 metres, about right, like spin 7,500. All these numbers are pretty close. 1.6 metres right of the target on average. The gap wedge 1 is the upright setting. You can see laterally it's 5.4 metres left. So I managed that one okay because I got one to go pretty straight. But then the gap wedge 2 is my flat lie angle. It went 11.8 degrees right. It also spun a little bit more, and I feel like it launched a little higher. When we have a look at the V launch, that vertical launch, it was up, closer to 31 degrees, whereas the other ones were between 28 and 29. So it did get up in the air higher. It did spin more as well with that flatter lie angle. I felt like I was cutting it all the time. And so that was, it was my worst result. Not saying that's, flatter is a worse thing to do. Sometimes it's a good thing for people. But definitely big changes there in those wedges, between missing 1.6 metres right on average to 11.8 metres right or 5.4 left. That can be pretty disastrous over 100 metres. So there's some definite evidence there that lie angle affects those shots. So the basic way to test our lie angle is to put some tape on here. We get our ball onto a board, and then we're going to hit a shot and see where it marks. So, hit a shot, and you can see there on this particular one, it marked across the middle, which is a good indication, that this lie angle is correct. Okay, so if the lie angle's a little too high, or a little too upright, you might get a mark more like that, where it's towards the toe, or if the lie angle's too flat, it might be over here. Okay, so we've had a good look at what the lie angle can do to your wedge game. Now it's relevant for all your clubs. What we do here at Sydney Golf Tech is we have the ability to test your lie angles to make sure that they're correct, to adjust them immediately, and then go back and retest to make sure they're perfect. So have a think about when the last time you checked your lie angles and make sure they're matching up to your game. It's important at all levels to get that right. It's a critical part, like I say, particularly in those wedges, to make sure that lie angle, it doesn't matter where it starts. It doesn't matter if the club's starting with the toe up. It's when you actually strike that you want it to be finding right in the middle at the bottom all the time, and so that ball can shoot off nice and straight. Okay, so if you've got any questions about it, you'd like to book a session with me, let us know. But thanks for watching, and get those lie angles checked. Thanks for watching today's video. Make sure you click on like and subscribe. Let us know if there's anything else you'd like to see, and we'll see you in the next video.